Hey guys, so today's video is going to be all about the makeup that I've been loving to wear recently. Since it is super hot and humid outside, I've been kind of going with this makeup look here and skipping out on eyeshadow, eyeliner, doing my brows really intense because I really just don't want to do it. And half the time I am coming in from the pool and I just want to go out, so I'll just put this makeup look on and be good to go. I have some makeup products to show you guys that I have been really loving lately. This is a talk through tutorial, but keep in mind whenever I do this look, from day to day, it will take me about 5 to 10 minutes, not long at all. A lot of you know that I do have rosacea, so my main focus when I'm applying my makeup is just to cover the rosacea up and then bring color back into the face with my bronzer and blush and things like that, but I still want to stay matte. So like I said, you guys will see some of my favorite products in here. I hope you all enjoy this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want to see how I do my everyday makeup for spring and summer, then just keep watching the video. Okay, so I have already moisturized my skin. I will leave my skincare products that I use down below in the description box, or if you guys just want to see an updated morning routine and nighttime routine, I can do that for you guys. So just let me know in the comments or by liking this video if you want update routine videos. But since I've already moisturized, it is time for me to prime. Primer is so important for me, especially in the summertime, because I have super oily skin, and if I don't prime, it's just going to be a mess. So right now I have been loving these primers from Bare Minerals. They're the Prime Time line. I have the foundation primer. This is the oil control one, which is really nice. I have been loving this lately. And then I've been using this one nonstop. If you've been watching my videos, you've been seeing it. It's the Bare Minerals Prime Time Beauty Primer Cream in medium. And this has SPF 30 in it, and then this one has SPF 15, so I'm still getting the sunscreen protection, and I love these because they're super lightweight on the skin. So the first one I'm going to apply is the oil control one, just because I want to make sure my skin stays nice and matte. So this is what it looks like. It comes out kind of like I would say like a jelly form, I guess you could say. That kind of sounds gross, but it's not bad at all. And I'm just going to apply this to the areas that I get really oily and gross, which is always right in the T-zone for me. And then I like to apply this BB primer in medium just because it really helps counteract a lot of my redness. Now, if my face starts to get a little bit more tan in the summertime just from being outside, I probably won't use this, but for now, I do want to counteract a lot of the redness that I have on my face, and this has been the perfect product for that because it's so nice and smooth on the skin, but it doesn't make my skin super oily or anything like that, and it doesn't dry it out. So I just like to apply this one all over the face, and I can just notice a huge difference with it, and I feel like it really makes my foundation go on super, super smooth. Okay, now time for face products. In the summertime, I really like to focus on my face and not so much the eyes. The eyes I will keep like simple and bare, which you guys will see here in a minute, but I like to make sure that my face is good to go. I like to make sure I have good coverage. I have two favorite items I want to show you guys. First off, talking about BB creams, I'm obsessed with these Garnier BB creams for combo to oily skin. I talked about these last year as well, and they're amazing. Make sure you get the one for combo to oily skin because the normal one will make you look so greasy. I love these. The coverage is absolutely beautiful, and I like this better than a lot of my high-end foundations and high-end BB creams that I have. So I use this for the gym if I'm not doing spin class or whatever. It's really, really awesome, and I definitely think you guys should check this out. And this is just better for like day-to-day use. If I'm running errands, I have to go somewhere really quick, I'll just apply this with like a flat top kabuki from Sigma and be good to go. And then my other two favorites are the L'Oreal True Match foundations. I love this foundation. I used to hate it. I've mentioned it before. Back in the day, I hated this foundation. But I have been loving it for the past month and a half, I'd say, and I probably will not go back to anything else. I've been using this over my Estee Lauder foundation, over all the foundations that I have. This has just been the one I've been going to because it's affordable, and I love the way that it looks on the skin. So today I will be using the L'Oreal True Match foundations. I have the colors W5 and W6. Today I think I'm just going to mix the two today to kind of get my perfect shade. And I really love this foundation because it's super lightweight, and it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, and all I need is just a really light layer of it. Okay, so my favorite way to apply this foundation is with the Beauty Blender, but it's just my favorite way to apply this foundation just because it goes on super smooth and it doesn't feel like I caked on the foundation. So I'm just going to dab this on my skin, and as you can see, it covers up my rosacea really, really well. It's not like completely full coverage, but it covers up just enough. Okay, so that is the foundation done. As you can see, it looks really natural and doesn't look caked up. This is something I would wear if I was going out. I like to even wear this foundation on a day-to-day basis just because it doesn't feel heavy, and I feel like as the day goes on, it looks even better. So by far one of my favorites. If you tried that foundation a while back and hated it, I would definitely recommend trying it again. I have super oily skin and I do have to, kind of touch up throughout the day, but I kind of expect that, but it's nothing like overwhelming and super oily and greasy. And then for concealer, I am using my MAC Pro Longwear. You can use a lighter concealer if you want to. A concealer that is really similar to this one is by Jane Cosmetics, and they have an awesome concealer. I can't find mine at the moment, but I'm gonna have to pick it up again because it's basically MAC Pro Longwear, but from the drugstore. So I'm just gonna apply this like I usually do with my concealer. And I promise you, I'm not putting on like a heavy amount. It probably looks like it just because it's so light. But once we blend this in with the Beauty Blender, it's again just going to be super lightweight. And since it is spring and summertime, I want to make sure this makeup stays. And I know for a fact that this concealer will not move because it's meant to stay and it's meant to last all day long. So that's why I chose this one. And again, taking the Beauty Blender, I'm just going to pat this into the skin. And then I am going to drag a little bit of it on my lid just to counteract any veins, redness, discoloration, things like that. And I also want to make sure that I put that concealer right here in the inner part of my eye just to really brighten it up because that part of our eye can get super dark. And with the concealer, as you can see, I did kind of highlight the face just because I want to make sure everything's nice and even, and I'm not highlighted underneath the eyes but not anywhere else. So I like to just put it right in the center. Now, if I was going out or something, I would use my NARS concealer on the top of my nose just to highlight and make it look a little bit smaller since I would have been contouring. But I'm not going to do a super strong contour today, so I'm going to skip this step. And we're just going to go ahead and move on to powder. Translucent powders are my favorite. I feel like they look so beautiful on the skin. They don't provide a ton of coverage, but it's nice just to set your makeup with this. If you focus on your foundation doing most of the coverage and then just set it with this, you'll be good to go. And sometimes I feel like the powders that have a lot of coverage will just make your makeup look a little bit more cakey, especially throughout the day. So translucent is the way for me. I've always loved them. So I'm going to set underneath my eyes, and I'm also setting my eyelids just because my eyelids are really oily, and I want to make sure like that concealer we put on doesn't crease throughout the day, especially in the heat. And then I'm taking the Real Techniques powder brush, and I will just be setting the rest of my face makeup with this. Now, if I was using the same look to go out, like I said earlier, I would totally contour just to define the cheekbones and everything like that. But since this is more of like kind of a day-to-day look, I will just be using a bronzer, and I'm using an oldie but a goodie, which is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Give Me Sun. I used to use this so much last year as well and the year before because it's just an awesome bronzer and I love the way it looks. It is a little bit more orange, so if you're really fair, be very careful with this, but if you're more to medium to tan skin tone, you would love it. So I'm just going to take this Marc Jacobs, what does he call this? The bronze brush, I guess. And where I like to put my bronzer is just wherever the sun would hit me. So my cheeks, on my forehead, just a tad bit on my chin. This brush is so soft, you guys. It was very expensive, but if you go to Sephora and feel this brush, you'll be like, oh my gosh. And it applies your bronzer so nicely. So after that, I do like to do blush and highlighter because I like to make sure that I still have some color to my face and also a little bit of glow because I like that look during the spring and summertime. So the blush I'm going to be using today is actually this new one from Tarte. I picked it up a while back. It's called Captivating, and this is such a gorgeous everyday blush. It's definitely a peach blush and it is so beautiful. Has a little bit of pink in there as well, and I really like it because it just looks gorgeous on the skin, especially if you have a nice tan. Even if you're more fair and you wanted to use this, you could use a light hand with it and it would just give you a gorgeous peach flush. So this is definitely my Tarte blush that I've used non-stop. I have some other ones from them, but I feel like this is the most wearable and can go with so many different looks. So that's what I'll be using today with the Sigma Large Angle Contour. So I'm just going to dust this right on the cheeks and the apples. And then I will just blend that out with this MAC 187 Duo Fiber brush, just to make it look more soft. And I also love these blushes because I don't think that they last 12 hours. I'm not going to tell you that, but they do last a really long time on the skin. So that's another reason why I'm really impressed with these Tarte blushes. And if you're going to get one, I think you should really pick up Captivating, because I don't know if it's going to be permanent. And then for highlighter, I'm going to use this Becca highlighter in Moonstone, which is one of my favorites. I love Moonstone. It's so pretty. It's like a gold champagne shade, and I love it, especially with a more bronze look. So I'm just going to dust this really quickly on the tops of my cheekbones just to give a little shine. Also take it a little bit above the brow and Cupid's bow. And a little bit right on the nose, not too much though. And then time to do brows. I can't skip brows, but I don't want to fill them in completely and have them super defined and shaped. So the product that I have been using lately is this Benefit Give Me Brow, and I didn't really use this a lot. I mean, I used it to set my brows sometimes, but I hadn't really put it to use till now. And I love this for the spring and summertime because it holds your brows in place, but yet still adds some color and actually kind of fills them in for you. It's not as defined as I want them to be, but that's kind of the point of this look, right? You don't have to have defined brows, super winged out eyeliner. I'm just going to be using this Give Me Brow, and the cool thing about this is it has like fibers in it, so it attaches to the hairs and makes them look fuller, and that's how it fills them in really nicely. I'm using the shade Medium Deep, and I'm just going to brush this over my brows and just shape them in place. So you can see the difference between this brow and this brow. It makes a really big difference. It still kind of shapes your brows, but it's not like too much at all. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I just love how it like fills everything in. It looks so good. Okay, so that is the brows done. They're not perfect, but they're a little bit more filled in, and they just look a little bit better. So brows are done. Now we are going to line our upper waterline. I'm using my NARS Via Veneto eyeliner because I know this stays all day and will not smudge on me. So I'm just going to line the upper waterline. And I'm not going to line the bottom waterline just because I want my eyes to really stay open and nice and awake. And my favorite mascara has been the Loreal Voluminous Miss Magna? I don't know. This is such an awesome mascara, you guys. This is basically a dupe for the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. It is so good. If you guys want me to do a comparison between this and the Better Than Sex, let me know in the comments below or something. So I'm going to take this Tarte eyelash curler, and I'm just going to curl my lashes. And I'm just going to apply this mascara all over. And at first I thought I wouldn't like this little bendy thing, but it's actually not bad. Like, look at that. This eye and this eye. It's freaking awesome. Okay, so the lashes are done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply a lip gloss. Now if I'm just doing day to day, I don't want to do full on lip liner, lipstick, lip gloss. I would much rather have a lip gloss to go to just throw on, and that I know is going to be really pigmented and last for a while. You guys know I absolutely love these Whitening Lightning glosses. My absolute favorite thing ever is the nude lip gloss from Whitening Lightning. This is just my baby. I love it. It's just so good. I know a ton of people are like, oh, Whitening Lightning again, but seriously, I don't mention them just for the hell of it. I mention them because they're awesome. So the one I'm going to be using today is Coral Craze, which is a beautiful coral shade, and it's obviously the perfect color for summer, and it goes along with this blush really nicely. So I'm just going to apply this. Oh, hold on, let me check. If you get the gloss and it has like this foggy thing on the mirror, just take it off. The mirror is not messed up. You just have to rip it off. I made that mistake before. Look at how pigmented that is. Ah. So the nude and the Coral Craze are by far my favorites. I do have a coupon code if you guys want to check them out. But I think these are awesome. They're not sticky and they sit on your lips really, really nicely. Now when I'm not talking through the video, this only takes me about 5 to 10 minutes, honestly. It doesn't take me long at all. I always focus on my face first, and then I just put mascara on and I'm good to go. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did like it. Let me know what your must-have summer makeup item is down below in the comments, and I will see you all in my next video.